Listen, the playoffs aren't for everybody, and while we didn't have any sweeps in the first round, we did have 3 series eliminated in 5. So let's dive into it. Today's video is brought to you by our good friends over at SeatGeek, and I'm so happy to be working with this company. They've been helping support the channel so much while we deal with these copyright claims, and I absolutely love the service. With SeatGeek, you can remove all the questions when it comes to buying tickets for sports, concerts, whatever. Listen, we're in the Stanley Cup playoffs. You know what I would be purchasing. And with tickets so expensive, there's never been a better time to use SeatGeek. It's simple. You select the event you want to attend, and each ticket is rated on a scale of 1 to 10. You know whether you're getting a good deal. A green seat is good. A red seat is bad. Plus, and this is nice, each ticket is backed by a buyer guarantee. I tell this story each time, but I use SeatGeek to get some absolutely incredible Toronto Maple Leafs tickets. Had an amazing night. Look at this view. Anyway, hockey, basketball, a concert, an event, SeatGeek is there for you. And right now, you can use code ECK10 for 10% off your next set of tickets at SeatGeek. That's 10% off any tickets with promo code ECK10. Make sure you click the link in the description to download the app. That'll also get the code automatically added to your account so you can use it later. Thanks, SeatGeek. Starting with maybe the most obvious, the series I took to go 5, but Brandon was holding out for a miracle in 7. The Caps did, of course, beat the Montreal Canadiens, and it really was a good effort here by the Habs. In their first playoffs in a bit, Marty really got them ready to go, and they had to battle through adversity, including the loss of Montembeault. With the incredible young core of the Habs, plus their wily veterans, it truly felt like there might have been a Cinderella story in the bag somewhere this year. Unfortunately, that Wilson hit last game truly was the hit of the series, and it ended anything the Habs had going for them. For the Caps, it was their main characters which got it done. Ovi, first off the bat on the power play, just like an Avril Lavigne song. Can it get any more obvious? He rips it off the draw, just fires it into the back of the net before Dobish, I always forget how to say his name, before Dobish can react. That's his 4th of the postseason as he remains the hottest scorer on this planet, at least. On this planet. Next up is Jacob Chychrun as he pinches, gets left all alone on the side of the net, makes it 2-0. Then public enemy number 1 for the Habs, Tommy Gun Wilson. On the PP again, a wraparound attempt squirts into the slot where Wilson is chilling. He flicks it in, and of course, celebrates. In your face, Montreal. The Habs would get one back for Montreal in the 3rd, but it was too little too late, and as we said on the rip, the Montreal Canadiens are eliminated in 5. Their hopes for a cup this year are, of course, dashed. But I mean, Canadiens fans, are you really that hurt over this one? This Canadiens team, so young, so much talent. Towards the end of the game, we were seeing Demidov, Suzuki, Slafkovsky, the entire next generation of the Habs, alongside, of course, Caulfield and Suzuki and others. This team is going to be good. It just needs time. Demidov, man, he gets pucks in the slot like no one else. For the Habs, I gotta say, I was so impressed by Logan Thompson. Between Binnington showing at 4 Nations and what I've been seeing from Logan Thompson really all this season, I'm feeling a little bit brighter about Canada's goaltending situation. Thompson ended with a .910 in the regular season. He's elevated this playoffs. He's been facing a ton of high danger chances, especially in the slot from this Canadiens team, and is putting up a .923 through the first 5-game series. So keep an eye on him in round 2, where he will be playing. We'll get to that in a second. But yeah, great season for Montreal. You'll love to see them show some life, get back in the big dance, and they of course made their games fun. Also, it wasn't until Ovi faced this version of the Canadiens in the playoffs that he scored his first overtime playoff game winner, which is wild. This series wasn't particularly close though. The Caps could, really if they wanted to, out-muscle and outwork Montreal. They did so very clearly in the first game. They didn't buckle under pressure. Instead, they showed up and lived up to their billing as the top team in the East. Also, as an older team, great for them. Mainly talking about their 39-year-old superstar, but they get to rest up for a few days before facing their next opponent, which I just hinted at, the Carolina Hurricanes. And yes, I know, we haven't talked a ton about this series besides chirping Devils fans. I did say they were going to be swept, I'll admit it, but they put up a decent fight, and this was always going to be an uphill battle for the Devils. Carolina's so built out, and the Devils are missing their team MVP in Jack Hughes, so I don't think they also can feel too torn up about taking it to a very dignified 5 games. This winning game was one for the ages. The Devils actually went up 3-0 in the first period. They were given the nuts to Carolina. But then the weatherman, Taylor Hall, who just signed, by the way, a 3-year extension, says, no, I want that new contract. He goes out and gets the Canes on board, making it 3-1. That would rally the boys. Jackson Blake scores his first ever playoff goal to bring them back within 1 as he just comes out front and ponts one in on Markstrom. You hate to give one up like that. And then a simple cycle back to Svechnikov as he rips it, tying it 3-3. And that's Svechnikov's 5th of the postseason so far. That ties him for the league lead. He's right up there with the old Mack truck, Kaprizov, and Boldy. Moosehead's legend Nico Hischier would get the league back, but it wouldn't matter. This would be the Aho show. He ties it up at 4 seconds, forcing the game to OT, where it would go to double overtime for the second time this series, where Aho gets the last aha as he absolutely cranks one for the Canes on the power play. Just a hammer by the guy, it's in, and just like that, they punch their ticket to the next round, again, now against the Washington Capitals, where I think they'll be in a much more competitive series. I do have the Canes coming out of this one, despite how they usually feel about the second round, but after seeing Montreal and Logan Thompson in round 1, if I could go back and change my bracket, I think I would. Frederik Andersen, however, has also been really, really good. He's currently day-to-day. Hopefully he'll be good for round 2. Kochetkov is more than serviceable, but they want Frederik Andersen. Anyway, ignoring my initial predictions, I will say Capitals in 6. Brandon is taking Carolina in 6. And last off, we have the battle in Florida, and boy, this was a sad one for Lightning fans, I think. They got beat out by the Panthers and a masterclass by Luostarinen. The dude had 3 apples, then Marshy set him up in the third for the dagger as the Cats went up 5-3 late. They'd get an empty netter, they'd take it 6-3, and that's now 3 straight first-round exits for this Lightning team after 3 finals appearances. Doesn't matter how many points Kucherov scores in the regular season, once again, not enough. We talked about this last year when this situation was bad, but after this series, Kucherov has 0 goals in 15 playoff games. He also had just a brutal giveaway. That led to, I believe, the Lundell goal, but this is also the 3rd time he's won the Art Ross and not scored a goal in the playoffs. Maybe let McKinnon win one, Cooch, and then focus on the postseason. Please, for the love of God. Obviously, not having Hagel in this one after a brutal no call of a chicken wing in Game 4 was a gut punch, but man, I was hoping this one would go longer, but the Panthers show you why they're reigning champs. I was sad to see this happen to the Lightning, though, especially after a bit of a retool. Ryan McDonough found his way back to the team. The dude at 35 is still such a good defensive defenseman. He's solid in the playoffs, but the Panthers now look pretty settled in and ready for another long run as they now sit and wait for either the Leafs or a battle between the Tkachuk brothers. Either way, they're sitting pretty after a long injury-filled season, so they'll appreciate the extra days off. And there you have it. 3 teams eliminated in Montreal, the Devils, and the Lightning. Meanwhile, 3 teams going on to round 2 in the Capitals, the Hurricanes, and the Panthers. Who are you the most sad to see gone? You know what? For me personally, Montreal brings so much in terms of shenanigans and pure entertainment value. It does suck to lose them. But let me know your thoughts, of course, down below. If you enjoyed today's video, please drop a like, and if you want more content, there's a new basketball, football, and hockey video on screen right now. I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.